Learning objectives. After completing this module, learners will be able to discuss the background of Indus Valley civilization and its nature of extent, discuss the city structure, resources and its people, underline the industries and crafts of that period and the food habits of the people, discuss the probable causes of the destruction of the Harappan civilization. Harappan civilization. Harappan civilization is 4700 to 5000 years old and was established mainly in the northwestern regions of South Asia, extending from Afghanistan towards Pakistan and northwest India. The cities and their characteristics. The city of Harappa was divided into two parts, that is, western and eastern parts. The smaller and higher western part described as citadel, and the eastern part was larger and lower, called lower town. A huge tank has been found within the citadel. This has been named as the Great Bath by archaeologists. The Great Bath was lined with bricks coated with plaster and made water tight with a layer of natural tar. There were steps leading down from two sides into the tank. The granary building in Mohenjo-daro was 45.71 meters long and 15.23 meters wide. In Harappa, there were 6 granaries. To the south of the granaries, there were circular brick platforms. They were meant for threshing grain. Houses, drains and streets. The kitchen and the bathroom of the houses in the cities had drains leading out. The main drain was running alongside the main roads. The drainage system was properly planned. Drain from each house was connected to the drains in the streets and were covered with stone slabs. Drains were cleaned as inspection holes were provided frequently to clean them. People, professions and commerce. The Indus people were farmers, weavers, potters, metal workers, toy makers, jewelers, stone cutters and traders. Agriculture is the main occupation in the village, but people in the city were followed many other occupations. Copper, bronze and clay was used for making pots. Tools, weapons and seals were made from copper and bronze. Jewelries were made of gold, beads. Crafts and business and food habits. Various crafts and industries. Indus Valley culture is also known for its decorative crafts, especially its jewelry art. The excavations yielded a rich collection of objects in stone, bronze, and terracotta, as these were the most popularly used materials to make jewelry. One of the most known figurines is perhaps the dancing girl of Mohenjo-daro in bronze, wearing a necklace and a series of bangles, almost covering one arm. The Harappans made beads, weights and blades. Most of the beads were made out of carnelian, a beautiful red stone. They also made pots with beautiful black designs. The Harappans made seals out of stone. These seals were generally rectangular in shape and had an animal carved on them. Fans was used at that time with terracotta, where a material was artificially produced by gums in order to shape the powdered quartz into an object. There were several toys as found made of terracotta too. Export and imports. Several raw materials important for industries were collected from different places like Oman, Syria, Mediterranean, Africa, and Iran. This initiated the concept of the export and import. Food habits. In Harappa, wheat, barley, pulses, rice, and other grains were produced. They used irrigation too, as the rainfall was not plenty in those regions. Beside this, they reared cattle and went for pastures around their settlements. They even hunted fish and antelope for their foods. Harappan civilization ceased to exist. Cities of Dholavira and Lothal. By the run of Kutch, the ancient Harappan city, Dholavira was settled. There was plenty of fresh water and fertile soil. In Dholavira, we can see 3 paths, and each of them was surrounded by the massive stone walls. In order to arrange some public ceremony, an open area also could be seen. Large-sized letters of Harappan script, as inlaid in woods, was also found there. The city of Lothal was situated beside the tributaries of Sabarmati in Gujarat. It is close to the Gulf of Khambat. It is anticipated that the raw materials and precious stones were brought through this port city. In the storehouse of the city, many seals on clay have been found. A huge tank can be seen in the city, which was probably used as the dockyard of the port city. The civilization ceased to exist. Around 3,900 years ago, a major change can be seen. The making of new seals was stopped and the business transaction was minimized. In Mohenjo-daro, it was seen that houses were built on the streets as if the entire system broke down. Many scholars say that it might be a flood or drought or deforestation which caused the people living there abandoned their places and moved to north or south. Summary. Let us summarize what we have learned. More than 4,700 years ago, Indus Valley civilization was developed. The construction of cities and the nature of dwelling of the people were unique. During this time, several expert artisans were present in the sectors of sculptures and metalwork. In order to bring raw materials, the Harappan cities had connection with other contemporary civilizations in the world. Lawlessness and anarchy become the salient features for the destruction of this civilization.